HFY Collegium, everyone knew everyone. At least, that's what the students liked to believe. The academy was a crown jewel of the coalition, a massive orbital campus suspended above a calm yellow star. It trained future diplomats, security analysts, and interstellar administrators. Its graduates shaped policy, not battlefields. Violence was something discussed in ethics lectures, not experienced firsthand, which was why no one paid attention to the mute human girl in the back row. Her name, according to the roster, was Lennox Gray. Human, 17, enrolled in comparative systems theory and xenopsychology. No extracurriculars. No social tags. No medical notes, except one. Nonverbal by choice. She never spoke. Not in class. Not in the halls. Not when addressed directly. She communicated through brief gestures, nods, or messages on a slim wrist slate. Teachers initially tried to accommodate her, then gradually forgot about her. Students barely noticed her at all. She sat in the back row, near the wall, always with a clear view of the exits. Some assumed she was shy. Others assumed trauma. A few thought she was simply strange. None of them guessed the truth. Lennox wasn't silent because she couldn't speak. She was silent because predators listened better when they didn't talk. Her days followed a precise rhythm. She arrived early, left late, and walked routes that changed just enough to avoid patterns. She memorized the campus's blind spots, its maintenance schedules, the way security drones hesitated when switching between patrol layers. She learned which students carried fear like a scent and which hid it well. She wasn't hunting. Not yet. The first sign that something was wrong came midway through the term, when a second-year student failed to return from an evening lab session. The academy issued a polite notice about an unplanned leave. Most students skimmed past it. Lennox didn't. She pulled the campus logs and compared them to public traffic data. The student's last known location didn't align with any shuttle departures. His slate went offline too cleanly. No distress ping. No erratic movement. Someone knew what they were doing. A week later, another student vanished. Then another. The administration tightened security and reassured parents. They blamed stress, transfers, family emergencies. HFY had a reputation to protect. Lennox had seen this pattern before. In class, the professor lectured on predator-prey dynamics in sapient species. Lennox took notes carefully, her handwriting small and neat. "Predators do not rush," she wrote. "They narrow options." That night, she followed a hunch. She moved through the lower transit ring, blending into the flow of maintenance traffic. Her steps were soft, measured. She paused when needed, waiting for patrol drones to pass, timing her movement to the thrum of station machinery. She found the anomaly near a cargo lift that wasn't listed on public maps. Two figures waited there, humanoid but wrong. Their movements were too synchronized, too practiced. One checked the corridor, the other keyed a signal. A third figure emerged from the lift, dragging someone unconscious. Lennox felt the familiar click inside her chest. The hunt had begun. She didn't rush them. She tracked them instead, recording everything: routes, access codes, frequencies. She let them move deeper into the station, into the forgotten maintenance layers where the academy's polish wore thin. When they crossed into a pressure buffer zone with no external sensors, Lennox stepped out of the shadows. She didn't announce herself. She disabled the rear handler first, striking the base of the skull with controlled force. The second turned just in time to see her eyes, cold, focused, utterly devoid of hesitation. He reached for a weapon. Lennox was faster. She dislocated his shoulder, swept his legs, and pinned him to the deck with her knee. Her grip was precise, professional. Not cruel. Efficient. The unconscious student was breathing. Stable. Lennox secured the handlers, transmitted a compressed data burst to Coalition security, and waited. When security teams arrived, weapons raised, they found a silent human girl standing over 2 restrained traffickers and 1 rescued student. "Hands up!" an officer barked. Lennox complied instantly. In the interrogation room, they asked her questions. She answered none of them aloud. Instead, she typed, "They were using the academy as cover. You were missing the logistics staff. Check your auxiliary hiring records." The officers exchanged glances. They did as she suggested. The truth unraveled quickly after that. A trafficking syndicate had embedded itself into ArcSpire's support infrastructure, targeting students with rare neurological traits. They used academic pressure and isolation to select victims, extracting them quietly and selling them beyond Coalition space. They had believed ArcSpire was untouchable. They had not accounted for Lennox Gray. Footage from the maintenance levels leaked within days. Analysts slowed it down, studied her movements frame by frame. Her posture, her timing, the way she never wasted energy. They recognized the patterns. Coalition archives were opened. Lennox Gray designation, Pursuer Class Operative, Terran Long Range Interdiction Program, Specialization, Tracking and Neutralization of Mobile Sentient Threats, Status, Retired, Civilian Integration in Progress. Humanity had learned early that some enemies couldn't be stopped by fleets or treaties. Some threats ran, hid, adapted, so humans created pursuers, not soldiers, not assassins, trackers who could follow a target across systems, through populations, into places where violence had to be precise or not at all. Lennox had been trained to pursue without mercy and without witnesses. When the program ended, she was sent to ArcSpire to learn how to live among the people she had spent years protecting from a distance. The academy director summoned her. "You endangered yourself," the director said carefully. "You could have alerted us." Lennox typed her response. "You wouldn't have acted fast enough." The director studied her for a long moment. "You are not required to stay here." Lennox considered that. Then she typed again. "I want to finish my education." ArcSpire allowed her to remain. She returned to her seat in the back row. This time, people noticed her. They didn't crowd her. They didn't mock her silence. Some avoided her entirely. Others nodded respectfully when they passed. A few, very few, asked questions through messages and learned that her silence wasn't emptiness. It was discipline. No more students vanished. The syndicate was dismantled across 3 systems. And Lennox Gray, she remained the mute one in the back row. Quiet, unassuming, still taking notes. But across ArcSpire Collegium, a truth settled into instinct. The most lethal pursuer alive does not announce the chase. She sits silently behind you in class, waits until you make a mistake. And then, no matter where you run, she will find you,